For those of you guys that need a purchase agreement in order to go out there and do a deal and you don't really want to pay a lot of money for one, then this is the video for you. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin up here with another video, providing massive value and fire content like always. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly step by step how to fill out a contract. So I'm going to be jumping inside my computer and filling it out. Let me preface this video with a simple disclosure. I'm not responsible for any liabilities or whatever comes with this contract. Essentially, I'm not a legal consultant or advisor in any way, shape, or form. And so I recommend that you run this contract by your local attorney for real estate or like a title company at the minimum. But like I said, I'm not giving legal advice. Now with that out of the way, if you guys want this contract, it is in the description down below. So you guys just click it and then it will send it off so that way you guys can use it and basically go out there and sign up a deal. So now let's go inside and show you guys how to use this contract. Okay, so let's jump into the purchase and sale agreement here. Pretty straightforward. It's like a 2.5 pager essentially. The formatting is a little bit off on here. I uploaded it into Google Docs so that way I could record it for you guys, but it's going to be virtually the same. The lines just may be a little bit more organized like down here at the bottom. And so first of all, we'll start off with the top. So this agreement is made, just simply put whatever day it is. So if it's the 29th, then you put the 29th. And then you're going to put whatever month and that it is spelled out, and then you just put the year. Straightforward. Okay, and so as far as the seller side go, just put whoever's down on the title. And so sometimes it's like a LLC or it's like the husband and the wife, you put down their name, or if it's just one person, you put down Joe Smith or whatever, whoever it may be. And so you're gonna go in there and basically just write whoever the sellers are, just look it up on the title. You can go on like the county assessor's page and they'll show you who owns the property and all that good stuff. And then as far as the buyer side goes, obviously you just put your own name there. You don't put whoever's buying it in yet. What you do is you just fill out your own name or whatever company that you're using. I recommend that you get like an LLC or an S Corp as soon as possible. But if you can't afford one and you got a deal on your hands and everything, just do the deal under your name. I've done a few deals under my own name and everything was okay. And then eventually I got an LLC personally. So it's not a big priority. It's not going to be a huge deal. And then down here it has or assigns. And basically what this allows you to do is to assign the property if you're going to assign the property. Some places you have to double close, so this won't be applicable. But just talk to your attorney and have him tell you what's up and what's going on inside of your own place. And so also seller agrees to sell and buyer agrees to buy the following description. So what you're going to do here, this part's pretty straightforward, but this legal description is going to be very important. So the street address, obviously 123 Main Street, and then wherever you're doing, like LA, comma, California, comma, whatever the zip code is, 90210. I think that's Beverly Hills, but anyways, then you jump down to the legal description, and this part is very important. So in order for this contract to be legally binding, is you have to have a legal description put down on this property. But the only problem is you can't get this legal description unless you have access to doing the title search. And so basically what you're going to do is just try to talk to a title company and ask them for what the legal description is. They'll send it to you. Or what I like to do is I fill up the contract and leave this part blank, and I just send it to the title company, and then they like attach it on like another piece of paper or whatnot, and that usually works just fine as well. And so as far as the earnest money, I've made videos on this on exactly what the earnest money is. If you don't know what earnest money is, I'll put it down in the description so you guys don't have to go searching through my channel or YouTube in that matter. And so you're going to put down what the earnest money is, and then the cash to the seller at the closing date is basically whatever you guys agreed upon on the price minus the earnest money. So I would maybe do this part first, total purchase price. So if it's $100,000, then awesome, you just put $100,000 right here, and then what you're gonna do is write down whatever the earnest money is. So if it's doing like $10, $20, $100, $1,000, write it down here. And then the seller is basically, so let's say we did $1,000 earnest money, which is pretty high. You just do 100,000 minus 1,000, so that brings it down to $99,000 would go right there, and then 100,000 or in 1,000 here. So and then the earnest money, this is kind of a requirement in any state. Some states you can do it within like 72 hours. But I just go whenever you drop off this contract with the title company, go just drop off the earnest money as well. That's coming out of your pocket, by the way. And so now prorations, security deposits, you can just run this by them, just show them. I just usually hand it over to them and let them read it, and then if they have any questions, I let them ask me. And I usually just read off like the title, like these little headlines of each little section. And so basically what's going on inside of here is that making sure that if there's anything going on with the taxes and the loan, it's all going to be prorated to the seller. Basically, they're paying for all that part. And then the closing date, you're just going to put whatever the day is that you guys decide to close on. And so sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's 30 days, whatever you guys decide on the closing date going to be. You're going to put it here, and then just put whatever title company or closing attorney that you're using, which those depend on what state you're in, whatever. If it's a closing attorney or title company, you just put it right there and the name of the title company, and then you may have to add an extra line just so that way you have more space to write the address if you want. Totally up to you. And so now you just go to damaged property, just making sure that they don't F up the house. And also if the buyer defaults, all of the money goes back to the seller. But there is actually, as long as you stay within this contract, you actually can get your money back. So basically, as long as I think there's an inspection period on this contract, we'll run into it in a sec. And then if not, there should be some sort of contingency, and the contingencies really depend on what state you are in. So this part I would really run it by. So inside of this one, there is a contingent, like an inspection period or whatnot, but I'll get down that in a second. But basically, as long as you're within all the contingencies, you are going to get your earnest money back, so don't worry. It's just kind of like if you push them past past whatever the inspection period is, and you really push it, dragging them on along this journey, then you're going to make sure you get your money back. And so successors and assignees is basically just saying that you can assign the contract. And then now access is basically just they're allowed to give you access to the property within reason. So it's not very specific inside of here, but as long as you just say, hey, can I come by tomorrow, and can I go show it to a few business partners? And so this is saying we're allowed to advertise the property, and make sure that you're trying to sell the contract. You're showing it to your business partners essentially with this advertising section. You're not selling the property, you're just selling the contract. So make sure you keep that in mind. And so we'll go over the assignment contract pretty soon in the next couple of days maybe. I don't know, I want to make these videos for you guys. And so now the inspection period, I usually for this one I like to do it depends. It's usually between 7 and 14 days. I've seen some newbies get a 30-day inspection, which is kind of pushing it, but whatever inspection period you get, I recommend that you try to get into a buyer as soon as possible so you don't drag them out. And so if I don't have an answer within 3 to 5 days, then I like to cancel the contract. Even if I'm not sure. So that way I'm not dragging them along. But if I do know if I have a buyer, then I just keep going, get their earnest money. But whatever, we'll talk about that later. I'm not going to break this down, but you can read it yourself. But essentially, this is all the contingencies. I would just make sure that they all fit with inside of your own state. And so that way they work inside of there. But chances are pretty high that these work in every state. Like I said, I'm not giving you guys legal advice. And so if you guys have any additional terms that you guys discuss, negotiate, let's say that you guys decide that you get to keep the car that comes with the house, whatever it may be, then you just write that inside of here. Or if they're going to stay a little bit longer past the closing date, whatever it may be, you put it down here. And then pretty simple, this part, you just have the seller sign right here. And then, like I said, the font's it's a little bit messed up right here, so this should look like this. But essentially, you just put down whatever buyer and seller. This will look a lot better on the copy that you guys are getting. I'm just inside a Google Doc, so it's not looking as pretty, but yeah, basically just put down the dates and the sellers and the buyers, everybody signs, and that is it. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever about this purchase agreement, let me know. I should have another video coming within the next couple of days, and it'll be how to fill out the assignment contract, the assignment agreement, whatever you want to call it, but essentially the contract that goes in between the buyer and yourself, the wholesaler. So like I said, if you guys want this contract, it is going to be down below in the description. Super easy. Just click it and just put in your info and we'll send it off to you. So that way you have a copy of it as well. You'll get a copy of this one, the purchase agreement, as well as the assignment contract. So you have everything that you need. And I think there's also a JV contract in there. So anyways, yeah, just go click it down below and just stay tuned for the assignment contract, and so that way you guys have the value to go out there and close more deals. And so if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure you join the fam, join the game by hitting the nice looking subscribe button down below, and also make sure you hit the notification bell, as I do post every day. And so in order for you to get the most information and have the advantage that a lot of others don't, is basically just watch all my videos and turn on that notification bell. Also, if you guys like today's video, please smash the like button. Highly appreciate it. And like always, I'm uploading every day. So I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.